Skype. I will send him the contact
but
of
he
this guy.
lives in London, Arlie.
No, for the time being, let Shirley
He's
continue.
Indian.
Yeah, I know.
He lives in
For
London.
the time being,
Exactly.
Shirley continue. We don't need to grab her time.
He's a really nice guy.
For the time being.
Excellent.
All right, we're officially live, and I do want to say that we've got the amazing Kanan here from India, and it is super excited to have you here. I'm excited. We've got so many people from so many different countries, and it's stunning, you guys. Let me tell you, my family still does not quite understand what I do with Builderall. But when I tell them I've got people from France, I've got people from India, I've got people from Scotland, I've got people from so many places that connect, Australia, and just amazing places. Their eyes kind of glaze over and they look like they don't believe me. And it's like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so cool to see all of these people, all of these different cultures, and all of these different people from different countries. It is absolutely amazing. So I consider myself very, very blessed to get to work with all of you and be a part of what you're learning with Builderall. So anyway, I wanted to say that because it's just super exciting to see everybody. So today we're going to finish up the chapter 1, which is kind of introduction to email, and then we'll start to get into chapter 2. And chapter 2 is just going to be another kind of a busy work, right? Just learning about email and the concepts. And then after chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2, we'll start getting into creating an opt-in funnel. And I'll show you several different ways that you can do it inside of Builderall. So we're going to be doing it the long way, right? We go out and make the pages and connect the pages and connect the email marketing stuff and all that kind of stuff. Then we'll go through workflows and we'll do it there so you can see it there. And then we'll do it in Canvas so you can see it there. So we're going to do it 3 different ways so you can see all 3 different ways. Now, why do I do that? Because if you only do it one way, say, for example, you only learn how to do it in the workflow section. That's great. It's not bad. But then when you have to go in and do some real editing, you need to understand where all those things are. And with workflow, it's so easy to pull it in and click here and click there and blah, blah, blah. And then when something doesn't work, you're like, oh, crap, I don't even know how to get in there and fix that. The same way with Canvas. Canvas makes it so easy to build this lead magnet funnel. But it's just that area. When you set it up, you still have to know how to go in and edit those pages and make those pages your own pages with content and make it pretty. So we're going to go through all 3 of those methods. So hopefully you see every direction you can go and maybe get some good ideas on if you do have a bug, you can fix it. Okay.
How does that relate to how email works?
Because it's a lead magnet funnel. It's how you're going to be collecting your leads.
Okay.
Yep, and we definitely want to learn how to do that. So I'm going to walk you through how to set up everything in Builderall to collect those leads, and then we'll break down emails and actually look at the structure of emails and how we can make them better. Okay, so today we're just going to finish up what we started with chapter 1. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is kind of what the benefits are of Mailing Boss or email marketing or having a email list. And the first one is you can actually automate your messaging system. Now, remember that we've got different ways to use Mailing Boss. We can do a regular email, which is also called a broadcast email, or we can do a sequence, which has a bunch of email campaigns in it. So when you set up your sequence, that is an automated messaging system. So you set it to send out emails based on the days that you tell it to send out. So looking at my list of you guys on the screen, let's say that Dominic actually joins my email list today. So Dominic's going to get his welcome email. And then maybe 2 days later, I set up an email that goes out to him, and it goes out the second day. So Dominic will get his welcome email today. And then 2 days later, which would be Thursday, he would get another message, right? So Dominic's getting it on Tuesday, welcome, and Thursday, the next message. But then Brad actually joins, and Brad joins the day after Dominic. So Brad would get his welcome email that day on Wednesday, and then he would get the second email on Friday, right? So it's not synchronized so that everybody gets it the same day when we talk about an autoresponder. it's triggered and sends based on the day that you joined. That is fabulous, you guys, because then you can set up these emails that go out automatically, and it's triggered by the day that they joined your system or the day that you joined they joined your list. So it's a great way to automate your email. Now, the regular broadcast emails are the ones that you jump in and send onesies, right? You send one email, I call them onesies, and you send these onesies one time on a specific day at a specific time. Okay, that's a regular or broadcast email. And we can do both of those inside of Mailing Boss. So message automation is the absolute freaking best thing in marketing, because you're going to be able to get it out there automatically, no fuss, no muss, and your people will stay engaged. And you don't have to sit there and try to contact them and try to write up individual emails and send them out. It's all automated. The other thing that you can use is actually HTML inside your email to do like a newsletter and design it real pretty. I used to like those. I used to be one that was like, ooh, I can't wait to get my new Walmart email because it had like all the colors and templates and designs and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, now that I'm in marketing, to me, it's actually better to do just a text email. Just type out, almost in letter form, and tell them what you want to tell them. Pat Flynn does a text form. He doesn't have fancy schmancy. He might have a banner at the top, and that's usually about it. Most times he doesn't. And then Cam Jennings, absolutely no fuss, no muss. He just types it out, and he tells wonderful stories, and I absolutely love those particular emails. So what you'll get from me, because I'm biased, you'll get the type it out type training instead of working on templates and making it pretty. Mailing Boss does have templates, and you can go in and get templates and add them to your email, and they are absolutely fabulously gorgeous. But I don't want to take the time to do an HTML email, because that time that I spend trying to make it pretty, because it's a lot of work. It's an HTML box, so you got to edit. I would rather spend my time just typing out exactly what I want and getting it in there. So the HTML stuff I don't really focus on, and I try to keep it text-based. You've also got some advanced list management. Inside of Builderall, you can actually go in and delete subscribers. You can add subscribers manually. You can move them to different lists. There's all kinds of things that you can do. So being able to manage your list is actually really, really important. And we'll actually look at all that as we're building. We also need to keep in mind the CanSpam Act. That is from 2003, I believe. And it requires that you do certain things to your email. And that includes having your unsubscribe link. That's a requirement. And then you have to have company information in there. That's a requirement. The best thing about Mailing Boss is they're automatically in there. So when you signed up for, or when you went into Mailing Boss for the first time, a box pops up. You have to put your name in there. You have to put your address in there, phone number, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of information that you put in there. That is default information. And when you go to create your email, it'll actually put that in there. It has a tag, and it will get all of your information and put it in there. So it covers the CanSpam Act for you. You don't have to try to remember to put that stuff in. But the kicker is, if you accidentally take the unsubscribe link out, or you accidentally take that company information tag out, it won't let you save the email. It says, nope, can't go. You have to put it in because of the CanSpam Act. So just be aware that you have to look at that unsubscribe to that company information, and you cannot take it out because it will not let you. If you do, it won't let you save the email. Okay, so that's part of the CanSpam Act, and Builderall actually manages that for you. And then, of course, one of the big things that we deal with, and this was a big issue a couple weeks ago, was deliverability, right? We want to make sure that our emails are getting delivered. And we'd really like them to be delivered in the inbox. Now, last week we had some really interesting conversation about the security of the email. And I'll explain to you some of the things that we're working on. There's something called SPF records, DKIM records, and Demark records. The SPF and the DKIM are two security protocols that have to be in place, and they have to be right. And if they're not in place and they're not right, there's a really good chance that you could go into spam. So what our developers did was they went in and actually fixed those records. They were just kind of, they were not authorizing correctly. That it's all, I don't want to get too techy, but they weren't authorizing correctly. So they went in and fixed it and actually put it on everybody's account. And then the Demark records, that was actually not there. So they put those in. And what the Demark records do is they actually allow you to run a report that shows you what's happening with the SPF and the DKIM. So the Demark records don't really do anything except give you reports. There's no effect that they have on any email. But the DKIM and the SPF are absolutely, they affect the email. So every single one of you have a DKIM address that you can actually look at to see the reports, because when they added the Demark, they actually use Demark at and then your domain name. So you can actually create that email and receive those Demark reports and see if SPF and DKIM are passing. So it's really a deep down security issue, hard to understand for a lot of people. But the best thing is that Builderall took those records, edited them, made them all so that there's no security issues at all now with those records. And they have put them on every single server, so everybody has it set up. So that's actually going to make them deliver even better. And it kind of curtails them going into spam. So I'm really excited about that, because that was a huge thing that was happening with Builderall. So you guys need to give our developers definitely a hand, because that was a lot of work and they spread it out to everybody. And we had somebody that was saying, go off of Builderall, set up these records, and then you'll be set up. But that, even though that will work, you don't want to go off of Builderall to do those DNS records. And for people that don't know them very well, it's real tricky, because if you get one single character wrong, you forget a letter, forget a number, forget a dot, forget a semicolon, somehow you accidentally deleted it, and then you do all those records there, it will actually not work. That just one little bitty thing. So I'm so glad that we don't have to go off of Builderall to fix those things and make them work. Builderall actually went in and fixed it for everybody. So if you get a chance, please, please jump in and tell our developers how proud you are that they fixed those, because that, again, helps get deliverability for our email service. And now we're getting really, really good deliverability just about across the board. Kanan was saying that he's still having trouble, so we'll definitely work to get him what he needs to be able to make that email work. But as far as deliverability, Builderall is getting better and better and better. And I believe after a time will actually be even better. There's always ways to tweak things and make them work even better. So let's talk. Do you guys have any questions about that? No? It was hard to understand when all of that stuff was going through the Facebook groups with the DKIM, Demark, and SPF records. But the great thing is that our developers are very knowledgeable, and they jumped right in and took care of it. So definitely give them kudos in the Facebook groups when you get a chance. So why should we use email? Kanan, you got a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. Before the new changes came, there was, as you said, there are some SCF records, CNAME, ANAME, and etc., and connected to domain and etc., and a lot of things, blah blah blah. But after new changes came, when it was, I think it was from your video only. I see that we have to verify the email ID only. So what I'm asking is that if the previous CNAME, ANAME is etc. is mandatory for now also, or if the email ID is verified by the builder, is it being for conducting the email marketing?
Say it again, Kanan, because I didn't quite get the last part of what you said.
Pardon?
Say it again, because I didn't quite get the last part of it that you said. Let me turn my volume up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm explaining that before the new changes, there was a CNAME, ANAME, SAF records, so many things we have to do to confirm the legality of the domain or email. Right.
And
but
they do have all of those records are set up. We've got the
after the new changes, what came to happen is that what we see is that builder will send a confirmation email to verify the email. So what I am asking is that if that is enough, or still we need to combine with the A name, C name, SAF records, or like that, or is that the new changes after the new changes? Once the builder verify the email, is that enough for the confirmation of email?
I don't know. I don't know. You, what I want you to do is type that out for me. Type it out for me so I can take a look at it and understand exactly what you're saying, because I'm not quite understanding. And we've got all those records, so you shouldn't have to change anything. You shouldn't have to do anything.
Okay.
So
I will type it. I will type it right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You continue. I will type it.
Okay, great. That's great. If you want to put it in chat, that's fantastic, and then I'll take a look at it.
So
All
the
right,
question is very simple. As of now, builder is sending a confirmation email to verify the email.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is that enough or not? Or we need to confirm the email, like before we need to confirm C name, F name, like that.
Yeah, that when they send out the confirmation email, all the user does that gets the email is click confirm, and everything is good. Everything should be good.
That's it. That's it.
And I've done it 1,000 times, Kanan, because I do so many things. I'm testing and testing and retesting and testing and testing again. And I have the certified partners that are actually, their tasks are to make a magic funnel, to do email lists and show me they know how to set that up. And then they have to do a whole sales funnel. So when I'm testing the stuff that they do, I have to sign up. And I have to get an email confirmation, and I have to click that email confirmation, and then it's confirmed, and then I have to get the email messages. I have
technically, as of now, when the builder role is confirmed the email ID of the sender, it is done.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more to do.
Nothing more to do. That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's it.
It works. It does work beautifully. I get.
Yeah. That's all. Continue.
Yeah. When people jump in and say it's not working, mailing blast is not working. A lot of times it's the user that has the problem.
Mass mailing boss is one of the star feature of Builder.
I can't agree with you more. I think that Mailing Boss and Pixel Perfect with Canvas are the two.
If that is fixed, if the mail boss come to inbox, then everything is fixed.
Fantastic. So hopefully we'll get you there.
Yeah, I got the business. I'm doing it. That is why I'm in this webinar right now. Anyway, I'm not grabbing your time. Carry on. I got the clear one point that.
Thank you
first
very
of all,
much.
we need to verify the email ID with the Builder.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So let's talk about why you should use email, because a lot of times people kind of bypass it because they're like, oh, I'm going to do chat bots, I'm going to do something else. But email is actually still one of the best things you can add to your marketing toolkit, because there's lots of different reasons why you should use it. First of all is ROI, return on investment. When you actually connect with Builderall and set up those email campaigns, the cost that you have for those emails is $50 a month from Builderall. And that gets you all of those tools plus Mailing Boss. And you can use Mailing Boss with unlimited subscribers, unlimited bandwidth. It's absolutely nuts what they're doing. So you have the opportunity for $50 a month to build a kick butt mailing system and have thousands of subscribers and set up and warm up your list so that you can make offers to them and sell things. And it is incredible what you've got. So the return on investment is there. $50 a month, you can do enough email marketing to get that $50 pretty easy. So that is one of the reasons you want to use email marketing.
Right. You said it.
Yep. And then the other reason is customers actually, as much as I hate that I have 160,000 emails on my phone that are not read, I still love email because I get all kinds of neat stuff from these email lists. And I said, I love Cam Jennings. I love Pat Flynn. They're two of my favorite marketers in the whole world. And I get emails from them and I love those emails. But I love the other emails that I get too, because for me, it's a learning experience. I get to go through them and say, wow, that subject line hooked me. I really like that. So I have a thing that I keep subject lines that I like, and then stories that I like, so I can relook at them and figure out, ooh, how can I do that? How can I kind of build a story like that? So as much as we hate junk mail and email, it's actually something that we should want to see as marketers, so we can learn from other people based on what we liked in those emails. So I think that that for me, I want those emails. Also, customers really want emails too. My husband is not a techie, but I'm going to tell you what, when he gets the Belk's email, we have a Belk store, which is like a Dillard's type department store. And we love Belk's. They've got clothing, they've got bedding, they've got, we got all of our suitcases from Belk's. And Belk sends out emails about once a week with specials and discount coupons. And I'm telling you, my husband, almost like Pavlov's dogs, he salivates waiting for that next email from Belk's to see what they're going to offer inside of that store. And it's funny to me because, you know, I'm thinking he's liking the junk mail, but he loves getting his emails from Belk's. He also loves getting emails from travel agencies. He signed up with travel agencies, several of them, and they send out emails on specials that they have. And he can't wait to get those emails. It's his way of getting to imagine where the next place is we're going to go. So people do want emails. And the other magic thing about these emails is if they don't like what's in the email, it doesn't tickle their tummy, it doesn't give them the information they need, there's always unsubscribe, right? Because of the CanSpam laws, we're supposed to have an unsubscribe link in there. And so you can always click that unsubscribe and work on getting unsubscribed from that list. Now that's not always so easy to do, because a lot of times you unsubscribe, but in the background, they're adding you to 10 more lists. So it's not always as easy as it sounds. But for the most part, and legally, they have to have an unsubscribe. So if you don't like them, unsubscribe from them. But I'm thinking in my mind, customers want email if you put value in there. If you are creating that know, like, and trust factor, and you're making sure that you're developing a relationship. And a relationship is hard to do, but I'm telling you, Belk's has created a relationship with my husband. and he loves getting those emails. So it is possible to create a relationship, even when you think of it, email is just, you know, a thing. It's just a thing. But if you do it right, it's not just a thing. It's part of the process of creating that relationship with the customer. Also, emails, believe it or not, I've read several articles, and email actually outperforms social media. Do you guys believe that? I absolutely do. And I think that it's going to get worse and worse and worse as Facebook continues to kind of bombard people with ads and bombard people with things that they don't want to see. My husband looked up something, I can't remember what it was. I think it was lingerie. And so that was cookied onto his computer. And then he gets into Facebook, and all of a sudden these ads pop up, and it's for lingerie and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And he was like, I don't understand why I'm getting this stuff. And then we were actually in the car one day, not at the house. We weren't surfing the internet. We weren't doing anything. And we were talking about something. I can't remember what it was, like, I don't know, scuba diving masks or something like that. And he went into the computer after we got home and opened up Facebook. And there's like that thing we talked about, like the scuba diving masks, were like on his desktop feed. And my husband was like, they must have microphones and cameras everywhere because they knew we talked about it. But that is the marketing that happens. And again, it's overwhelming people in places like Facebook, and even YouTube is getting pretty bad about so many ads. So your backup of getting that know, like, and trust factor is email. And I think that there will always be a foundation for using email, because you have the choice always of whether to read that or not, or you can just swipe it and get rid of it. With Facebook, you don't have a whole lot of choice, right? Those ads are just kind of bombarding you, and whether you like what's showing on the ads or not. So email will be a tool that is valuable, I think, for a very long time. Tyree? It's good to see you, Terry.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you too, Miss Awesome. I mean that. By the way, I'm loving the cartoons that you're doing.
Oh yeah, virtual reality.
My wife is a teacher, and it has lit some inspiration under her. So now you have me in a position to where I have to help her understand how to do it.
That's good. Yay! Yay! Yay!
Now, but today, you're talking about how email is still a strong factor versus Facebook, and it really makes sense to me because like today, I was speaking with a client, which is why I got in late, and they were wanting to stay focused on email, but at the same time, they get a lot of stuff in their email from Facebook. They didn't know that they can turn off those notifications.
Right. Yep, that's true.
But then at the same time, they want to be effective on Facebook because, again, they see a lot of ads on Facebook. And for me, I still like emails. And so when you're saying that Facebook is, that email is still a strong factor, I like that. And I would like to, if you could go a little more in depth as to what makes it a stronger factor versus what Facebook is doing.
For me personally, I think it's a matter of creating that relationship with the customer. And so what do you feel when you open up or you get an email and you're thinking, oh my God, it's spam. But then you look at that subject line and something in the subject line prompted you to want to take a look, right? So we're talking about being able to do good subject lines, do good content. And once the customer actually sees good subject lines and good content, they'll want to keep looking at those emails, right? With social media, we're being bombarded with ads all the time. And I think people are getting tired. And I hear this all the time, not digital marketing people. These are people that have no interest in digital marketing. And they're getting bombarded with ads. And Judy added that the images that we saw were due to cookies. And she's exactly right. What's happening is cookies are dropping on your computer. And then you go into Facebook and it's reading cookies of where you've been and what you've done. And it will deliver that ad based on where you've been and what you've done. So if you've been somewhere, working with underwater basket weaving, there's a cookie probably dropped on there that says, hey, Shelly likes underwater basket weaving. So when I go to Facebook, it reads that cookie and says, hey, I'm going to give you some ads based on underwater basket weaving. And while I think it's great, and I do look at a lot of ads to, again, learn from what they're doing, Facebook is like overwhelming now. And these non-digital marketers are telling me, I don't think I like Facebook anymore because I'm not getting like people feeds, I'm getting ad feeds. And it's just like too noisy and too much. So honestly, I think you're going to see Facebook probably lose a lot of people. And go ahead, Davina.
Yeah, a lot of that I think is because they're on the NASDAQ, and that's how they get the revenue for the advertising dollars.
No, you're absolutely right. And I'm not blaming Facebook, because if I was with Facebook, I would want to get more dollars as well, right? And people pay to advertise on Facebook so they can be in front of those people. It's just to me, it's being saturated right now. And when it's being saturated, people kind of back off of it a little bit, which brings more value to your email marketing efforts because people are starting to back off of Facebook a little bit. Terry.
Another thing I like what you said, the reason why I say, yes, you are so awesome, is because you mentioned about how you look, you have emails where you still like to look at the subject line and things like that. And it made, and I appreciate you saying that because I thought I was the only one to do that. I have an email that's specifically set up for junk email.
Yeah, I have a couple of them actually. I have different levels of junk mail, right? So if I know I'm going to get a bunch of crapola, I use this email. If I'm like mildly interested, I use this email. If I'm really, really interested, I use this email.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I do the same thing because I like to subject line shop. I go shopping for good subject lines, what makes it easier for me when I'm writing emails. And depending on how strong the subject line is, I have a passion rating. Depending on how strong of a passion if I feel as far as relating to it, I'll look at the email because there are times I can get information out of the email.
Exactly.
One of the things I like to get out of that email is if they have a site, I like to click on their site. I'd copy that link. I go to incognito so they don't have to track me. I like to look at that site to see what it looks like because it may give me some type of understanding on how I can formate mine or decorate it. So when you're saying that, I really like that. It makes a difference, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, there's another thing I do, Tyree, that you might be really interested in, is I have a folder up on my bookmark toolbar, and that folder is called Copy This. And I do the same thing that you said you do, where you go to the email and you're like, ooh, okay, that's an interesting company. Let me check out their website. And so I click the link to check out their website. If their website is really good and it looks like something that I want to reproduce because I like something about it, I'll drop that into my Copy This folder. And then when I've got a little while to just kind of browse around and, you know, I'm not doing anything actively for Builderall or for one of my companies, I'll actually go into that folder and take a look at those websites again and just kind of remind myself, what did I like about that website and how can I build that myself? And email, same thing. I have a huge document that has copied emails where I love their subject line and I love the way they did the story or the promo or whatever. So I'll actually just copy that into it so that I can occasionally go through and get ideas for how to do emails and how to do subject lines. So I really do steal their stuff, but I don't copy it exactly. What I use it as is a prompt to get started. Because when you're writing an email, have you guys ever experienced this? You're like, all right, I'm going to get in there and write my 7 emails. And that's where our start is usually 7 emails. So I'm like, I'm going to write these emails. And so I open up my document thing and I stop. I get like writer's block and it's like, oh my God, I have to start from scratch. So that's why I do that. That's why I collect all those, because then I can go through and look at them and see which ones have a tone that I'm looking for. And then I try to emulate the way they did that so that my email it's not the same as theirs. It's not the same words. It's not the same thing that I'm promoting or value that I'm offering. It's just that tone that I'm trying to get. And so those help me incredibly. And we'll actually be taking a look at that document probably tomorrow. So you guys can see some of the things that I have pulled. And you'll see how I organize it so that you guys can, if you want to do it, you can actually do it yourself as well. And remember, I have 160,000 emails to draw from. So another good thing about email. Oh, sorry, Willie, go ahead.
I just put something in chat. It's something I was studying and looking for last night.
Oh, good. Hey.
I sent it to you personally before I send it to everybody else.
That's great.
I know everybody here for like the email class, everybody got questions, and we pretty much spent the whole day yesterday asking questions, giving out feedback yesterday. But today I am in like a kind of a hurry. So if I can get you to go ahead and teach class, I'm not trying to.
Well, Willie, all of this is the background. We have to understand, and talking it out is a very important part. And let me tell you why. When I teach, everybody gets to participate, because when you participate, you learn it better. And also, when they ask questions and we talk out the answers, they may say something that's more valuable than what I say. And because you guys are very, very smart and you're very, very knowledgeable about digital marketing, and you've done some of this before. So you have input that can add value to what we're doing. So these first 2 days, we just talk through some of the things that we need to understand about email. And then we actually run in and do the demos. This is like, I think we always kind of start with this because I want to make sure you understand the value of email. And you can always go back and say, oh, wait, I'm using email because it has a good ROI, because people want email, because it does outperform social media. And also, email is universal, right? If I send an email out to India, it's going to get to India and they're going to be able to read it and take action on it, right? If I send an email out to Scotland, it gets out there and David actually gets to take a look at it and chew on it and munch on it. And if I have an offer, he can buy from me. So email is actually universal, which is another reason that we want to make sure we're using email. Also, it's a really resilient technology. We have had email for so many years now that it's like I said a little while ago, email is not going to go away. It's going to probably just always be one of the tools that you use for your business. And then email marketing is actually easy to use. When we start to get everything set up and we can send out emails, you'll find that that part of it may be a little bit difficult, but once it's all set up, you can back off of it and let it do its job. So that's another thing. It's automated and another thing to help you build and explode your business. So all of those things are reasons that you should use Builderall. We can go back through them again to make sure you got them. It's a fabulous ROI, return on investment, and most companies really customers really do want emails, and they subscribe for a reason, right? I want you to get that in your head because that is important. They subscribe for a reason. So we're going to talk in this class about what's that reason and how can we meet that reason that they want to subscribe. And then if they're just not happy with you, they can unsubscribe, right? And then email is universal and it's a resilient technology. So all of those things are why we use email. So let me also tell you about buying lists. Has anybody ever bought an email list? Yep, I have. I did at the very beginning. Email lists are iffy at best. And email lists have lots and lots of people in there. And there's people that they signed up to get an incentive, or just like Tyree said, they have different emails, and one of them is their junk email. And when they sign up for something, it's going into that junk email that they're never checking. They're never worried about it. They're going to go in there and delete those emails when they get too many, and then it'll start fresh and brand new. So email lists are really dangerous, and they used to not be. They used to not be. But now, with reputation being such a big thing with your email, the caution is don't buy lists anymore, because it may, if you don't understand how to condition a list, it may actually hurt you really badly on reputation. Arlie?
I just want to say something. I have been borrowing lists.
Mm-hmm.
Like using people lists which are in a niche of the client that I am developing in order to start a business online. So as we were starting from scratch and we didn't have any list by the time to build our own list, we were using somebody's list in the same field, kind of in the same field. We were very active person. So my question is, like, how do you suggest or not as well borrowing a list, regarding that the cost of this list can be tricky by the amount that you asking them to send campaign, because it could be really pricey as well regarding the amount of mail which are reached. And as well, we never have any feedback on the reality of the numbers. Like the person say it's 40,000 people, but at least we don't know if it's like 50% of this list reaching the email inbox, which after the one which can open it, it's maybe not even a half of those ones.
Right.
So if you have any suggestion or any advice, because sometimes the niches you're working on is not really easy when you get starting to increase your own personal list. If you have any advice, I would love to hear.
I totally agree with you. When you first start, it's so hard to get a good list built, and you have to start from scratch, and you have to put those opt-in forms in. So it is tempting to buy a list. If you do buy a list, you need something like Builderall's Inbox Path. Inbox Path is on your, I believe it's on your dashboard. You can take a look at it. But Inbox Path allows you to take a list and clean it. What it does is it takes all those emails and it tests them all to see if they get delivered. if they go to the inbox, if they get opened. I mean, it tracks all of that and tells you what the bad emails are, what the questionable emails are, and what the good emails are. And once you clean your list like that, you can actually take those good emails and put it into your list.
But it's not even buying those lists. It's just borrowing. Like he sends the email for us. So it's like we asked for 3 campaigns because we're promoting an event in Paris in June. And as the list was brandly new and not only 50% in this list, was not enough to reach enough people. So we decided to send a big promotion, and then we had to hire someone from a list who said that is a warm list and knows the subject. So we said, okay, let's try, but we don't know yet. The first launch will be next week, I think, the first email sent. And for 3 weeks, he's going to send the emails to these 40,000 people. But the advice, I think, in my case, I give a text to this person, but I don't know if he will accept to have a link inside this, because it will redirect the people to our place. So if you have any advice, like if it's good to, in this mail that we are sending to, we're talking directly from the subject, that's why we are hiring these people. But in the same time, if these people want to join our list, we would like them to be able to do it. So I don't know which is the best way to communicate, because I have to send him the text before the end of this week. So if you have any advice, how would be good to send this information regarding this event, and at the same time having maybe a link or somewhere else that these guys can be inserted into our own list?
So the answer might be to just, like you mentioned, just put a list in there to an opt-in page, and then let them choose to opt in. And then you'll get a better list, because then you'll have somebody they're clicking a link, so that's good. And they're following that link to where they can sign up for an opt-in, and for you, opt in your list, and then they'll have to confirm, because it's going to be a double opt-in. So then you'll have that warm list that you're talking about. And it may not be 40,000 people, but you have to start somewhere. You have to get started.
It just, as you said, it's just a way to start, because even my list on my activity, it's only 300 people, and it's not warm enough to have some percentage, like real percentage valuables on the one we can rely on it. Because the percentage, when you don't have enough, like 10,000, when you have less than 10,000 on the list, the average numbers, it can be from one campaign to another, so different. So it's hard to stick to something. So I think the first goal is to reach 10,000.
Yeah.
Once you have this first 10,000, then after you can start to talk about numbers and talk about whatever else you want to do with a list. But until it's having 10,000, I mean, the numbers is not really fixed.
And what you're experiencing is so common. You're just trying to get that list started. And it's interesting, because everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through this to get it started. And you're like, okay, I've got my list. I've got it set up. Now, how do I get subscribers? And with you borrowing that list, that's okay. And if he's sending it out, then that's his domain that is going to be affected. But if you had all of those people that you're sending out and you don't clean the list, and you're using one of your domains, there's a good possibility you could hurt your reputation, because you don't know with a list that big that they're all warm. In fact, I doubt that they're all warm. So it's risky if you're going to send it out on your domain. If he's going to send it out on his domain, it's good to go. That'll hurt his domain. But I definitely would ask them if you could put a link in there to your opt-in and let them opt in into your list, so that you can start your own list and keep it warm. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, so definitely want to encourage you to not buy lists if you don't have to. I'll do some information for you on how to get started from scratch to get some leads in your list. Dominic?
Okay, I was going to ask a question about if you purchase or you rent a list and then you use that inbox tool that we have on Builderall. Now, when it tests, does that and you have a lot of emails that bounce, does that actually hurt your reputation, or is it when it tests it's like offline?
Yeah, it's not necessarily on your domain that it's sending them out and testing them, so it doesn't hurt you at all. It just it tells you the information that you need to know to be able to clean that list and get those people off that are bouncing, that are not responding, and it really helps. It really helps you with your open rate.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I'm still. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you now. You froze for like a couple seconds.
Okay. How about now? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Shelly, how often would you use the inbox path? I haven't used it in a really long time. Do you do it often?
No, I don't do it often because inside a Mailing Boss, I can kind of look at subscribers and kind of see in a nutshell what's going on, right? Because when you send out an email list for your campaigns, there's statistics you can look at, and it'll tell you how many were sent, how many opened, how many bounced, all that kind of stuff. So I actually get to see that. One of the flaws in Mailing Boss is that you can't go through your list and pull out all your bounces.
That's what I was looking, because I sent out something the other day and like, I don't know, maybe 15 bounced, and I'm like, oh man, I've cleaned this already. Should I go back and clean it and then re-upload it, or just go through and take out those bounces?
Right. I'm hoping with this CRM that we're getting for 3.0 that we'll actually get that information like per customer, so that we can see that customer and then pull them out and clean that list up. Because I don't want any bounces in my list, but if you've got 1,000 people, you can't go individually to each of those people and see if it bounced. So
yeah, I was looking the other day, because when you look at your email, it tells you how many bounces you've had, and then there's some that are hard bounces and some that are soft bounces, and I don't know the difference. A
soft bounce is when it comes back, but it's because it was delivered, but no action on the list or on the email. Like no opening it, like even scanning it to see what emails they got, and that's probably a junk. You delivered it, but it doesn't end up doing anything.
I get a delivery, she's gonna keep our.
Yeah, and then the bounce, a hard bounce, is when it's like obvious that that's not even an email. It's like hits a brick wall and comes back because it's not even a valid email. Go ahead. But yeah, that's a soft bounce and a hard bounce. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me make sure I'm where I want to be. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it would be like to actually create an opt-in funnel. So I'm going to start the process of showing you the 3 different ways that we can make a funnel with a lead magnet or just collecting emails. So they're going to be simple. I like to do just the skeleton. I don't necessarily make them pretty. You guys can make them pretty. And we're teaching the kitty how to do Builderall. So you never know, that kitty might be a new ambassador for Builderall and build some amazing websites. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look. So I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully you can see me, and I'll go into my account. Let me see which account I'm in. Nope. I'm going to switch accounts really quick to one of my test accounts. So log out. And we'll log back in. Maybe. And we'll go into Tabitha's account. All right, so the first way I'm going to show you is the absolute long way. We're going to do it the longest way possible because, that's what we do. So when we're making a funnel to be able to start capturing leads, there's a lot of things that we need to remember to do, and we need to bounce around just a little bit. But I'm going to show you all the steps. And the first one is to create your subscriber list. Before we can even really start building a page, we need a subscriber list. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Mailing Boss, which is right here. When I click that button, it takes me into a page where I click another button to go into Mailing Boss. And from there, we can actually create a new subscriber list. And I'm just going to go right here where it says new subscriber list, and I'm going to create a new subscriber list. So I'm going to call this list 1, and we'll do training list 1. There we go. And I'll copy that and put that into the description and the display name. And then I'm going to click continue. And now I'm going to get some information that I need to put in and make sure to double check. So here's my name of the list, display name, description. And right here, we've got double opt-in and double opt-out. Now let me explain the difference between double opt-in and double opt-out. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can look at your eyeballs. So when we actually have a double opt-in or a single opt-in, what that's telling us is how is this person going to get confirmed in this email? So if you choose a single opt-in, that means they have to do one thing to get into your email list. And that one thing is typically just filling out the opt-in form. Okay. Now, it is not allowed in Builderall unless you ask for permission to use it. And why is that? Because a single opt-in doesn't produce a good list. It typically produces a list that has a bunch of bad emails in it. And let me tell you, I do this all the time when I have things that I see on the internet, and it's like, you can get this free checklist, or this free book, or this free whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to sign up and get that. So I sign up using my fake name. I have several different fake names and fake emails. Or I'll even just do like batman@gotham.com. And a lot of times people that make these don't protect them. And that fake email sends me straight to the product because I have a single opt-in. I never have to confirm, and I go straight to the product to get it for free. Don't do that. Don't do that. You always want to protect it with that double opt-in so you get a good email, and they cannot get the product until they confirm. And I'll show you how to do that so they can't get to the product until they confirm. Okay? So that's why we do a double opt-in. A double opt-in means they have to do 2 things to get in. This is what's called a double. It's like a double shot, right? They have to do 2 things to get in. The first one is fill out that opt-in form. That's really important. And then they'll go to an email confirmation page. No information, no product, no free things on that email confirmation page. All you do on that email confirmation page is tell them, go to your email, click confirm, and you are officially approved, right? And then you want to make sure that you have instructions to whitelist your email. And you can say something like, hey, you're going to be getting occasional emails from me from the email shelly@builderalldiva.com. Can you please make sure to whitelist so that you get all of the value that we're offering each and every week that we send you an email? Okay, so you're trying to condition them and teach them to whitelist your email. And again, that's important because that's going to increase your reputation. And then below that, you can actually have information on how to whitelist. I have a page that has all of the ways that, probably not all of them, but many, many, many ways that you can whitelist an email. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen and we'll go in here and take a look. So I've got socialmediaexplosion.com/email confirm. That's it right there. So this is an example, if it pulls up, this is an example of an email confirmation page. And there it is right there. Oh no, it went to home. All right, let me try it again. Email confirmation. I don't know if this one is it. Nope, that one's not it. Let me try one more time. Email confirmation. Nope, I'm not sure where it's at, but I will try to make sure that, let me put that on my list. I will make sure that I get a copy of the link up to that. And it is really good to show you all the many, many, many different ways that you can whitelist your email. So it gives you install on Hotmail, all of those areas, it gives you instructions on how to whitelist the email. So I'll make sure that that page link is on the resources. So we can go back into Mailing Boss, where we were a minute ago. That was right now, right there. All right, so this first screen that we get to where we have to make sure we've got our information, and we want to make sure that the opt-in is double opt-in. And then I'm going to click next. And on the next page, we've got some more stuff that we need to edit. And it's going to load in a minute. It's really slow today. All right, so here's where we get to choose the emails, or sorry, the fields that we want to collect. So I want to collect an email, and I want to get their first name. And why do I want to get their first name? So when I send out emails, I can personalize it by saying, hey, Shelly, or hello, Shelly, instead of saying something like, hello, friend. So we're going to check mark that, and then we're going to go down here, and there's more fields we can add. And here's the field that was already in there, the email field. But I check mark that, so it's going to add it for me, and I'm going to click Save Changes. And it'll take a minute to go forward again. And now it's taking me through all of the stock pages and stock emails that are in the system. And by stock, I mean S-T-O-C-K, stock. It means that these are emails and pages that are already in the system pre-made for you, and they will use these if you don't replace them with something else. So right here is the subscribe confirm URL, or sorry, subscribe confirm email. And what this email does is when they fill out the opt-in form and click submit, this email will go out to them and say, you know, thank you for joining our list. Please click here to complete your subscription. And they'll click that link and they'll be confirmed in that email. So you can change this to say whatever you want, but do not take out that link right there. If you take that out, it says I don't know my name. I can edit the company name right there. So it's got everything that it needs for the CanSpam Act, and you can actually edit this email however you want. So that right there is where you edit it, and then once you're done, you click Save and Next. And let's look at the next one. And just thinking about it. Wow, it's taking a long time, which means that it's fabulous. It's going to be so fabulous when it pops up.
You keep freezing too, Shelley. That's probably why.
Yeah, I think I'm having internet issues right now. We'll try to get through this, and then we'll look at our time and how internet's doing, and then we'll see. Okay. So the next thing that popped up is the pending subscribe. So if you are trying to confirm your email, this is the pending subscribe email. It's another stock email. And again, it's something that you can edit. So you can take that off the list name because you don't want them to know your list name. You can edit anything on here. And whenever you edit, you just click Save and Next. And then unsubscribe confirmation is when you want to unsubscribe to a list, they click that little link inside the email. This one pops up. And again, where it says click here, you don't want to take that out because it's already got the link that you need in there for them to be able to unsubscribe. And then list name I would take out because I don't want them to know my list name. But the unsubscribe and the company name is stay there. And they will actually get this if you have a double opt-out. If you have a double opt-out, that means they click in the email and then they'll get this email and that says click here, and that officially unsubscribes them. So this is another stock email. So I'm going to click Save. And then we've got the welcome email. And this is the very first email that's sent out when someone subscribes, and it goes out immediately. And it is disabled by default. meaning if you want to use this welcome email, you have to enable it to be able to use it. I never use this one because it is in a weird place. And if I want a welcome email, I'm going to put it in my email sequence, not here with the stock pages and the stock emails. So you will probably never have to edit this one because it's disabled by default. And the only way to enable it is if you go in and enable it. And again, I don't like it because it's in a wonky place and I want all my emails together. So if I feel like editing, I don't have to bounce all over to get to all the emails that are in my system. So I don't do anything to this one. I just click save and next. And that takes us back to the subscriber list overview page. And what we've done is we've created 2 fields, and those fields are the email field and the first name field. And we've also got, I want to do that to support. From here, we can create a new email, a single email, or from here, we can create a new email sequence. And then we've got some information about our subscribers here, including growth, campaign growth, and delivery versus bounces. This is an important one right here. So you can look at your subscriber list and you can actually see which ones delivered and which ones are, how many delivered and how many bounced. And then unsubscriber growth, how many people are unsubscribing to your subscriber list. So we've now made the container for our subscribers. We need to do some emails. And typically when I do emails, I actually do 7 in a series or 7 in a sequence. I have the welcome email and then 6 more emails that I send out to warm up my people and get them ready for my emails. So let's go ahead from this subscriber list and create a new sequence. So I'm going to call it training sequence 1. There we go. And I'll click continue. And now we're just going to go through another set of questions or set of screens that ask us to go ahead and set up the email sequence. Remember, an email sequence is a collection of email campaigns, whether it's 1 or whether it's 100. If they're all collected together to go ahead and send out, they're actually a sequence, okay? So I've got the name, I've got the list. I can even choose a segment. And if you click here, you can see the different segments we have. Like when a user clicks on at least one link, you will have a number of people that do that. So maybe the sequence is going to go out to only those people. Instead of everybody, it only goes to the people that have clicked on at least one link in an email. This one, user that never clicked on a link. So if you want to send to just those people that have never clicked on a link, and you can say something in that email sequence like, I've noticed that you haven't opened any of our emails and clicked any links. We've got some great resources for you. But if you're not going to be active and engaged on our list, we'll move you to a different list or, you know, something like that to let them know that they're on notice and they're in jeopardy of not getting more emails from you. And then users that open at least one campaign. So we can send this whole sequence only to people that have opened at least one campaign or one email. So you can see that there's a lot of ways that we can segment. You have to just kind of look at those and see what they offer. But for this training, we're not going to choose a segment. We're just going to send to everybody that gets on the list. And then the next one is send to future subscribers only. You have the choice to also send it to current and future subscribers. Now, with this one, you have to be really careful because if you're doing a sequence and you say you want current and future subscribers, if you have 7 emails in there and they all go on the 2nd day, the 4th day, the 6th day, the 8th day, like that, well, current subscribers, that would have already triggered, right? It would have already triggered them. So what happens is if you send that sequence, they already meet the criteria for the 2-day, 4-day, 6-day, 8-day. So what it ends up doing is firing all of them off at one time. And we've had that happen. Let me look at your eyeballs so I can see. We've actually had that happen. Have any of you gotten emails from Builderall and you had like all of them sent at the same time and they hit your mailbox? Have you ever experienced that? Yeah, I saw Gabriel kind of do a head nod. Anybody else get that where they got like 5 emails from Builderall at once? Are you guys there? It's like,
can you hear us, Shelley?
Yeah, it's glitching really, really bad. Are you guys?
But yes, I did got them already. 5, 6
I did
of them
too.
once.
Yeah, I've gotten them too. And that's what happened is they did that, they pulled that arrow down and chose current and future subscribers. So those emails, because you met the criteria that those emails send out, all of those emails went, oh, okay, Tyree was on this, he's past the second day, and he's already passed the fourth day, he's already passed the sixth day. So I'm going to send them all out to him because they all register as having to be sent. So that is an interesting feature. If you choose that one, it's going to fire them all out. Kanan, do you have a question?
Yeah. Just before when you're explaining, you described that welcome mail. Okay. The default welcome mail. And what I'm asking is how we can change that to custom welcome mail.
I'm sorry, say it again. I'm having a really hard time understanding. So say it again.
Just now, when we're coming out, you described about the welcome mail when the mailbox, inside the mailbox, welcome mail. When a person subscribes, we have to send a welcome mail. There is one default welcome mail, right?
Yeah, what we looked at was the default welcome email.
Yeah. From there, you just told that we are not supposed to, or you don't like to use that, but you want to do something different.
Yes.
How we can make it happen?
What I do, Kanan, is when I create my email sequence, the first one is my welcome email.
So how this default email can be overridden?
Yes, if you want to enable it, you can enable it and use that one. But by default, it's disabled. But you can still create your own email sequence, and that's exactly what I do.
I just want to get clarified on that. That's
here's
if you are making a custom sequence, how we can override the default?
It's not a matter of overriding. You can actually ignore it completely. You can ignore it. Not even you.
Can you please share how it has happened? Can you please share screen and tell me how we can do that?
I think he's talking about the confirmation email.
Oh, okay.
Like yesterday's question was about how he can put the information in about whitelisting. And maybe it's talking about the confirmation email before the welcome email.
Yes, and that confirmation email is what we looked at just a minute ago for those stock pages. So that you can edit that and put whatever you want in there. So if you want to put information on, make sure to whitelist and make sure to check out this web page that gives you instructions on how to whitelist. You can edit that confirmation email to say whatever you want it to say. In fact, let me go in.
I agree. My query is that the welcome email. You just told that when we create the sequence, we can use the sequence as welcome email, right?
Yes, absolutely. Here's why I do that.
That is one that for there I am getting the clarification is that how the default welcome email can be overridden by sequence.
It just is because the welcome email is disabled. So it's not a matter of override. It's a matter of that default email is never going to send.
So you mean that when we create the sequence, the welcome emails or
I'm gonna show you how I do a welcome email right now.
Sure. Please. I'm ready for that.
All right. Let me get Claude and then I'll get Elmar.
Carry on.
Yeah, I had to activate my.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. My question is the confirmation email. Do we have to send that the one that is automatically generated, or can we do a custom one? Because the problem is that everything that comes out of Mailing Boss seems to have that front end area thing in the upper right. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but when anything comes
when
Mailing Boss.
When you send the email, it's not going to have that front end on it because
Right, but I send my sequence, it won't. When I send my sequence, it won't.
Yeah,
right?
even in the default emails, they don't send that front end. That's not on there. That front end.
The confirmation page, it is. It is. It certainly is.
Listen.
Yes.
On the pages, it is, not on the emails.
It is in mine, Shelly. I don't know. That's why I think I'm doing something wrong, because I've sent requests several times. So when I'm testing, right, a new subscriber list, and my confirmation emails, my double opt-in confirmation emails, always without fail have front end area.
We'll test that. So let's test that and take a look at it. It absolutely is on the pages, but it's not on the emails. So we're going to test it, and I'm going to show you the difference. Okay.
Thank you.
Omar, go ahead.
Regarding the stock emails, there are two very important emails. One has a link which says subscribe, click here to subscribe. And then there is another one which says click here to unsubscribe, right?
Yes.
So these links, you can edit them. So when you hover the mouse over it, you can edit it. But it's correct that we never ever should change that link because it's an internal subscribe or unsubscribe link, right?
That's exactly it. And it's personalized to that customer. So that's why when they click the link, it's registering them as confirmed. If you change it, then you don't have that personalized click URL. And if they click it, it's not going to the right place and giving the right information to be able to confirm them. So you do not, anything like that, you do not want to change. Even some tags, we've already talked about the fact that you do not want to take that company name tag out, and you do not want to take that unsubscribe tag out, because both of those are part of the CanSpam laws. And if you do take it out, the system won't even let you save the email. It'll say, nope, sorry, you have to have this in it. And so just watch out for those. Watch out for those links that say click here to like do the confirmation. Those are really important links. They are editable, and that's an advanced feature. You can get in there and edit them, but you guys wait. Learn how to do the mailing blast system first, and then start learning those advanced techniques where you can actually change those buttons. Okay.
Yeah, I have asked myself, when these links are so important and so, let's say, you really should not change them or alter them. So why then there is a possibility to edit those links? And but you just now mentioned it. There are maybe reasons, but we will learn that later on, right?
Yeah, that's advanced. It's way advanced, but you can actually edit. I just do not suggest it because it's just critical that it's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Willie?
To answer Claude's question, I think I ran into the same problem. When you're trying to test your confirmation link, you can only use that email one time. So you have to always go back and do another email.
The easier way, when you're testing, the easier way, Willie, is to go into your subscribers and delete your email that you just put in and then run it again.
All right. The thing is, when you're trying to test it, because I've ran into that problem. The first time it goes through perfect. Then you come back with that same email, trying to do it again, it throws it off. But what you have to do, you have to do another email. That's why I have like 20
or delete. Right, or you can delete it from the list. That's another fast way to do it, so you don't have to keep using different emails. If you go into the subscriber list that shows all the subscribers for that list, you'll have that email. And usually when you're testing, there's only one email in there. And you literally just click the X and delete them out completely. So he's not on the list anymore. And then when you use that email again, it'll actually register like a brand new email. And it'll do the confirmation email. It'll do everything. Remember that I test, retest, and test again. I'm the queen of testing Builderall. And no doubt about it, I'm going to claim that one right now. But the way I do it to make sure that I can keep testing that same email and not 100 different emails is I just delete it, boop, right from the list, and then do it again and watch it go through everything again to make sure that it's right. So you can absolutely do that. There's another way that you can do it with Google email. You can put, like, if I have Shelly Turner at google.com, I can put Shelly Turner +01 at google.com, and it will see it in the system as a new email, but it still goes to my Shelly Turner at gmail.com account. So I can still test confirmation. I can still test that it sends out the emails correctly because the system, Mailing Boss, sees it as a new email, but it's actually not a new email. So that's another way that you can get by with not having to use a bazillion emails. Dominic.
Okay, Willie kind of nailed what I was going to tell Claude. And also, Claude, you can go in and do what you're getting there is you're getting a redirect, and it's sending you to, as Shelly says, it's a butt ugly page. And yeah, when you're testing, it's exactly like that. But you can also add in, your own page with a redirect and say, "Oops, looks like you're already subscribed," because that's what's happening is you're already subscribed.
Right.
Well, I made a mistake. I made a mistake when I said it was the email that had front end area. And when you click confirm, it's taking you to a thank you page, right? For confirming your email address. Yep. That's where I was seeing the front end area.
Willie, that's the butt ugly page that Dominic was talking about. And I'm going to show you how to bypass that page so it doesn't pull that page up.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Again, this is what I love about this training environment. And I know that there's probably some of you guys that are like, oh my God, just get to it. But the reality is all of this is a learning experience. And there's so many pieces to this puzzle. And you guys are doing great to fill in those pieces. And again, I may say it one way and Claude says it a different way. And somehow Claude is the one that helped Kanan understand it. So that's the way this works, guys. And I'm so proud of you jumping in, asking questions, participating. To me, that's how you become a leader, right? That's how you become a leader. So let me go ahead and jump back into.
I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader. I'm just listening. I just want to get clarified. I just want to lead my team.
Good.
In the honest way.
And that's a leader. So Kanan, you're on your way. You're on your way, dude. You're on your way. So let's go ahead and jump back into mailing.
I just want to give right impression of my team.
Great.
That's what I want.
Fabulous. So let's keep going on. Let's keep going on with this. We're in the email sequence and we're setting up our sequence. And I'm going to go in and make sure that the name is correct. The name is correct. I'm not going to choose a segment. And I'm going to choose to send to future subscribers only, not the current subscribers, because then they'll get whammed with emails. So future subscribers only. And then I'm going to click save and edit. And it's going to take me into my email sequences. And right here, it starts me off with my welcome email. So this one is my welcome email that I'm going to be sending out to everybody on my list. So for the campaign name, which is the email name, I'm going to type training list 1, and then I'll name this welcome email. There we go. So there's a reason why I put training list 1 on here. You have to connect everything that you're doing with the consistent names. So if I'm creating a subscriber list, I want to name it, and then I'm going to use that same name when I create the email sequence and when I create the campaign names. Because then I can see real easily when I'm looking all this stuff up, how they're connected together. So you want to make sure that you're using some kind of naming convention that helps you remember what's connected to what. So we can see immediately that on this campaign name, that training list number 1 is what it's connected to. And then the email is the welcome email, okay? From here, Kanan, I can edit this however I want to edit. And I can pull in some elements right here, and I can make it pretty if I want to. I really like just plain text, no frills, emails. So I would just edit this and say, hello. And I'm going to put my cursor right here, and I'm going to go down to available tags, and I'm going to click that. And I'm going to look for F name, right? First name. So there's F name right there. If I click it, it's going to add that tag there, and then I'll put a comma. So now this thing is going to say, hello, Shelly, or hello, Kanan, or hello, Dominic. And it's going to be personal. And remember, we talked about that know, like, and trust factor. So then I'm going to edit my welcome email to say whatever I want it to say. And then notice down here, it has to unsubscribe from this list. Please use this link. And you've got the unsubscribe URL. And then you've got the company full address, which is what you need for CanSpam. Now, this link, the company full address, it pulls that from when you set up when you set up Mailing Boss. So it's going to pull that default stuff that you put in there for your company full address. So if you want that to change that, we're going to talk about a way to go in and change that information to something different than what the default information is. Okay, so we'll go further and see how to change that company full address for a specific subscriber list. For now, we're going to pretend like I edited this all the way, and I'm going to click done. So then it comes to a analytics page. And from here, once I start getting subscribers and I start sending out emails, I've got how many sent, how many were opened, how many were clicked, how many unsubscribed. But I want you to notice that it says welcome message and it says 0 days, right? That means it's going to go out immediately when the person subscribes. It's not going to take any time at all. It's going to go boop, here we go. So that's my welcome message. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit that message. So I'm going to click edit. That takes me back to that screen. And there's a couple things that I can actually do to make sure this goes out immediately. First of all, there's a little area right here that you can click. It says 0 days. I'm going to click that. And it's set to go to future subscribers. It's going to activate or be active and start sending right here at this time, which usually is the time that you are in when you create the email. And then for here, I've got autoresponder event. And it says, do you want this email to go out after they subscribe? Or do you want it to go out after they open a specific email? Most of the time, you're going to choose after they subscribe. But every once in a while, you may have an email that you really want them to open. And if they open it, it triggers this sequence. So you can do after campaign open, and then you tell the system which email do you want them to open to be able to activate this sequence, okay? For our training, we're gonna go after they subscribe. So after they subscribe, 0 days, it will spit out. It will trigger this email to spit out and go, okay? I can change the time value. I can change it to 2, and then I can change it to minutes. So what that says is after they subscribe, 2 minutes later, I want you to trigger this email. Okay. I actually love to do just 0 minutes. Why do I do 0 minutes? When I'm testing my campaign to make sure that all the emails work, I set them at 2 minutes apart. That way I can test all the emails are coming in like they're supposed to. And then once I've verified that they're sending correctly, I come back in and change it to the actual days that I want them to send out. So for testing purposes, I set it to 0 minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. And then I send them out, make sure they're getting sent. And then once it's okay, I go back and change this to days instead of minutes. And that works really well to test my system. And once I've verified everything there, I click Save Changes. And so now everything is there like it's supposed to. And the next thing I need to do, and this is a tricky one that a lot of people don't realize that they have to do, and that is they have to activate the email. So right now, if somebody joined my list and they were confirmed, it would not send out this email because it's not activated. So I have to click Activate. And when I do that, it'll go through and set all that up for me. And then it actually will be available to send out. Now, I want you to notice here, it says training list number 1, welcome email, won't be sent because the from email is not a valid sender. So I have to go into this list and set up a valid email. We'll talk about how to do that in a few minutes, probably tomorrow. But I have to go in and make sure that my email is verified. How do I verify my email? I have to send myself an email, confirm, and then it tells MailingBoss that it's a real email that's going to be used to send out these messages. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So I'm going to go ahead and make another email. So I'm going to click Add Email. And what it's going to do is add a second email in there right here. And I can do all the same things that I did with the welcome message. I can set what day it goes out. I can edit the message to whatever I want it to be. And then once it's ready, click Activate. And it will actually be activated and ready to go when somebody subscribes to the list. So that is how you keep adding emails. You just click Add again. If you have a 7 email sequence, you can go all the way through here and create your emails and edit and edit and edit. And make sure it is exactly what you want to say for each email. And then when you're done, then you just click Done. and it will save everything that you've done. And then of course, it's going to give you those analytics. And you've got the first message here, and then another second message and a third message. And once you get subscribers and these emails start to send, you'll see some analytics right here, and then some more analytics right here at the bottom. So that is actually the long way to go around this. It's a little bit bulky to set up this way, and you don't get to do as many settings to be able to make everything work correctly. But I will show you how to go in and actually change some of the information so that these things work better. So I'm going to go to subscribers. Oh, sorry, not subscribers. I'm going to go to lists. And then from here, I'm going to take a look at this list, and we're going to go to update. And this takes me back through the settings, but it actually gives me more things to look at. So before, we didn't have these buttons down here at the bottom. So you have to go back into the subscriber list to actually fix some of these things that make it work better. So if we click advanced, we've actually got a few options here. We can change the opt-in, opt-out. This is where we disable or enable the welcome email. This is what you were asking about, Kanan, about the welcome email. Right here, the default stock email is set to no. So that means that stock email that we looked at is not going to send out. So that's what enables me to create that welcome email in the sequence and have it set out at 0 minutes so that when they sign up, that's the first email that goes out, and it goes out immediately. Okay, let me look at your eyeball to make sure you got it. Did you get that? Kanan, did you get that? Good. Got it, good. Elmar.
One question again regarding this welcome mail. On the very bottom, you have this all company information or complete company address, but also in brackets, unsubscribe URL, right?
Yep.
So this unsubscribe URL is not a URL which I create inside my website, which says, for example, we are sad to see you go, something like that. Yeah, so my website.com/unsubscribe. And so I don't change that, do I? Or don't put there this unsubscribe? No.
What I'm going to show you how you can, when they click that unsubscribe button, how you can send them to a page that says, we're so sorry to see you go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Thank you.
we'll actually cover that and prepare to be amazed, because it is really cool how you can set up these pages so that if they click, confirm on their email, once they get their confirm email and they click confirm, you can send them to a special page. If they unsubscribe, you can send them to a special page.
That is important to know. Please show that. Thank you very much.
Yep, we absolutely will cover that. When we're setting up the opt-in page, we'll absolutely cover that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and keep going. We've also got some more settings here. So the subscriber not found, I haven't used that one yet because I haven't had an instance where I've put together something that's looking for the subscriber. But this one is really important. And let me see, I think it was Claude. Pay attention to this one right here, Claude, because this is subscriber already exists. So if you have a subscriber that's using the same email and trying to subscribe again, or maybe they think it's a new list and they don't realize they're already subscribed, all you have to do is put a URL here of the page you want them to see instead of that butt ugly stock page. Create a subscriber already exists page, and if they try to subscribe again, it will take them to your page instead of that butt ugly page that's in the system. Okay, let me look at your eyeballs and make sure you got that. Did you get that? Okay, so that's that magic place where you can add a URL there, and it will take them, instead of that butt ugly place, it'll take them to your pretty page. Okay, got
it? But I'm talking about the after confirm subscription.
I'm going to show you that one. Yeah, I'll show you that when we do the opt-in form.
Okay, so yeah, I got it then. Yeah, I got that.
Okay, good, fabulous. All right, we are cooking with gas now. All right, so the other things that are in there is, do you want your subscribers to be approved by you? So let's say that they subscribe to your list and they confirm, but you want to make sure you approve them because maybe you've got them on a list that's really restricted and you only want specific people on that list. Well, you can require them to be approved. So you can change that to yes, and then you have to go in and actually approve them, and they'll be approved to be able to get emails from that list. I've never used that yet, but I've been tempted to use it with some restricted email stuff. Here's the next one, the from name. So you put your name in there or whatever name you want to put. This one right here, the from email, this is absolutely 100%, oh my God, critical right now. It used to be that you could type any email that you wanted in there, but now you have to have a confirmed email. So if you click here, it should show the list of every confirmed email that you've got. Right, this is a new account here. It's one of my test accounts. So I don't have any emails confirmed. So I'd have to go through the process of making sure my domain's connected, my domain's verified, and then set up a professional email through Rainloop, and then get that email verified. And I've got videos on how to do that, and I'll make sure they get into the resources. So I'll put that into the resources. Email confirm videos. All right. So have any of you guys gone through that process so far of confirming emails? Yep. It's not too hard, right? But this is the place where you connect that confirmed email. If you notice, when we went from the dashboard of the subscriber list or from Mailing Boss, and we created that email sequence right from there, we didn't get all of this information. So this is something you have to go back into and actually go to the advanced settings. Okay, it's a pain in the butt. You have to bounce, but sometimes bouncing is fun. All right, so let's go ahead and do
sorry,
share.
Shelly, sorry, can you explain something?
Yes, I can.
What's bouncing? What you were meaning? What's the bouncing?
You go from one screen to the next to the next. So there's not a good, when you're trying to edit these advanced features, you don't get to see them as you're setting it up. So you have to know that you have to go back into another area where we are now to be able to set up these specific things, like setting up the subscriber already exists. If you want to say yes to the welcome email, there's other things I'm going to show you in a minute too, that this is where you have to bounce to or go to. And it's kind of I call it bouncing.
Because I thought that bouncing was meaning sometimes some emails are bounced. Like
yeah, that's another way to use that word is when
okay, I get confused.
Bounces back. Yeah, that's bouncing, and what we're doing in Mailing Boss is kind of bouncing from one area to the next to be able to get
like from one list to another, to one action or another action. The same word you use for that.
Yes, okay. That's what I do. That's Shelly's talk.
No, but that's great as long as I can catch up the right understanding. That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's jump back in. So that from email is critical, guys. And again, I'll put those videos in there so you can see them and see how to make sure to verify your domain and also verify your email. And then reply to right here. This is if they get an email from you and they click reply, where do you want to send them? And one of the things that I do is on the reply to email, I set it to no reply at, and then my domain name. And what that says to that person is you're fixing to send an email out and it's going to go to this place that I'm not going to look at it. No reply. I mean, I'm not going to look at your email, nothing like that. And that saves you a lot because if you put a valid email in there, you're going to have to be always checking that email to see if anybody is replying to that email. But if you put no reply in the website, somewhere you should have a support area, and in that support area you should have a way for them to contact you, whether it's email, whether it's phone call, whether it's Skype or something like that. You should have all that stuff on your website. So for me, I always just put no reply so that when they click reply on their email, it pops up as no reply at whatever the domain is, and they'll know that nobody's going to check that email, because that's what no reply means. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Dominic?
Now you're creating that now that everything is verified, because we didn't used to have to create that. We could just type it in.
Exactly, under that from email. Now the reply to email, it doesn't matter, but the from email matters 1,000%, because again, that's getting with a verified email. they're helping you work on reputation.
Okay. So on that no reply, I don't have to actually create that. I can just type it in.
Yep. I don't, on my no replies, I do not create that. I let that just flow down into cyberspace. So I can imagine if somebody replies to it, it's just kind of floating out there. There's no computer that's going to grab it and go, hey, I know where to put that. It's just going to float out there and die. Claude?
So it's, generally speaking, not having a return email address is the standard for sequences. You want no reply to be.
For me. Now, if you want to put an email in there because you want all your support requests to go to a specific email, then absolutely put that reply to email in there, right? For me, though, you guys see I've got 160,000 emails. I don't really want a separate email for support or for replies for every single website that I build, right? So what I do is actually create the website and I have a support email, but it's a general support that everybody gets sent to. And I also have a support website that's OS Ticket. It's an open source platform, and all my sites are sent to OS Ticket. And then they can actually say that when they do a support ticket or a question or something like that, there's a drop down and it says, do you have a question about social media explosion, Appreneur Pro, this and that and the other, and they can pick the company or the program or platform that I'm using and then ask questions specifically about that. So that's kind of how I manage my support. And so I don't have different emails where I have to check them. I try to send all of them to my support area.
OS Ticket.
OS Ticket. That's right.
I'm going now.
It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Mine is through GoDaddy. I have GoDaddy hosting, and so it's a website. I'm sorry, a WordPress plugin. And I know you guys hate WordPress, but the reality is WordPress has some great stuff, and OS Ticket is one of them. And again, it's free. Doesn't cost anything. It's just part of the hosting that I have on GoDaddy. So I just created a WordPress site and then added OS Ticket. And that manages all of my support for all of my websites.
Shelley,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Which you went over in Mailing Boss so that it can cross-reference.
Say it again, Davida. I lost the first one.
When we did Mailing Boss and you were talking about writing the emails and stuff, you went through some of the stuff also.
Some of what stuff?
The no reply and what to do with all of, and the tags and all of that.
Oh yeah, we'll go through them. It's right now the process is trying to show you how to set it the long way in Mailing Boss. So we still got a lot to cover. Elmar?
Yeah. But some of this was covered in some of your other training when you did the Mailing Boss.
That's right. Some of it's going to overlap. Not all of it, but some of it.
Yeah.
All right, Elmar, go ahead.
Maybe it would be kind of friendly to the people who receive our emails if we would use a send email, means a from email, which is no reply at mydomain.com. Because when I receive emails, for example, from the industry or phone companies or whatever, then you very often see the from email is no reply at, and you instantly understand what it doesn't make sense to reply to them. Right?
Exactly.
And then in the bottom of the email, there could be written, for example, in case you want to communicate with us, please click here to get to our support area. Or
that's exactly it. Yep. That's it. You nailed it, Elmar. That's exactly it. That's exactly the idea that I use, is that no reply just is going to flow down into space. So you can put just exactly like Elmar said, if you have any questions or issues, please click here and use our support system. And that way you're not constantly trying to manage emails that are coming from every direction. Why do I say this? Because I used to do it by emails and it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. But in a support ticket environment, I can actually get them to submit support tickets or questions or just comments. It doesn't matter, anything they want to contact us. And then I can have my VAs actually jump into my OS Ticket platform and manage those tickets for me. So it's way, way better than having individual emails from every single website come in and you have to check those and answer those. It's easier with doing it with OS Ticket for me, but you guys can do it however you want to. This is a lot of process that I went through to get to this point and be able to use OS Ticket instead of emails. Make sense, guys? Okay. All right, let me jump back in again. And so the last ones is subject. If you want to put the subject of the emails that you are sending, and remember we are in training list 1, and we are editing the subscriber list. So for every single email, if you want to put a default subject, you can, but you don't have to. I always leave it blank because my subjects are never the same. And then create a tag with the list field values. I can actually choose yes. And when they're added to this list, they can actually be tagged with the field values of the list. I don't ever tag them because I want to be really clear what tags I'm using with the people. And this is kind of an automated tag coming from the system, and I didn't like it when I used it. So there's the advanced settings. You want to save the changes when you make those changes. And it says that I have errors, but that's okay. So we looked at the advanced stuff. Now we've got notifications. If you want to be notified every time that you get a new subscriber, you can actually say yes to this and then add an email that gets that sends out every time you get a new subscriber. Now this is nuts if you're getting a lot of new subscribers. You'll want to set it to no. But if you have a small list and you want to get notification of every new subscriber, you can do that right here. You can also get information or messages if someone unsubscribes from your list. So if you change this to yes, and then you put an email in there, it will actually email you every time someone unsubscribes. Now, let me tell you the value of this one, the subscribe notification. Let me look at your eyeballs here. You can set this to your cell phone. Every single one of you probably has a provider that allows you to send an email straight to your phone, and then it will notify you when you get a subscriber. So if you want to do that, you can actually set it to do that. Mine is like my phone number at att.com. So I can actually have an email sent there, and it actually sends it like a text message. Then I get a message that I got a new subscriber. Aurelie?
Yeah, sorry, I never heard about that. What is this? Is the mobile phone provider? It gives you an email with your mobile number.
Yeah, and it actually like text messages your phone. What service do you use there?
Orange, French Orange.
So look up their
Orange.
site. Look up their site and see if they've got a phone number that you can change to an email address, and that you can send an email to. And when the email
I can create email from them. I have they create automatically one like simon.oredi@orange.fr. That something is automatic created at the opening of the line, but it's something that is not related. I mean, it's a mailbox, like it's Orange mailbox. I have to go through to see the mails coming in.
Yeah, there's a way to do it where it goes to your text instead of email.
Oh,
so I'm gonna
okay.
find that,
I will
find that page. Yep.
Okay.
Text, or sorry, email to text or phone. I'm gonna find that page and put that in the resources, because that's really, really cool.
That's super cool. Yeah.
Have that sent.
So you don't have to go through the email each time.
Right. And you get notified every time somebody subscribes.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really cool thing to do. So I will find that page that has all the providers and how to switch your number over to an email. And and then I'll get that to you guys. Another thing you can do, if anybody's into Zapier, that notification area, when you go in to do Zapier, there's a way to do a webhook. And that's where it's always looking for things that you tell it to look for. And you can set it up so that you can have that notification sent to a Zapier email, and it keeps looking to see if it ever gets an email. And if it gets an email from the address that you put in for Zapier, it actually collects the information from that notification. And from there, you can do anything with that data you want to. So it's going to have the username, it's going to have the email, whatever fields you collected. So then you can parse it or take out that information, just the pieces that you want. And then you've got that information to be able to do whatever you want with it. You can send it to a Google spreadsheet. You can send it to another program. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it after that. So there is a way to Zapier that out of Mailing Boss by putting it into the notification area and then capturing that information. And actually, I'm doing that with a lot of my email lists, where I just send the notification to Zapier, parse out the information, and then send it to a Google spreadsheet so I can do other things with it. So it's actually a really cool thing that you can do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And once you make any changes, you click Save Changes. So on subscriber actions, this is one that is actually really, really interesting. And again, gives you a lot of power. So this is the action after they subscribe. So what happens after they subscribe? So right here, it tells you when a subscriber will subscribe into this list, if he exists in any of the lists below, unsubscribe him from them too. So if you select one of these, and this is actually subscribe, this is not unsubscribe, they got it typed in wrong. But if they subscribe to your list, you can also have them unsubscribe to all, subscribe to all of these lists. So if they subscribe to this list, they'll also be added to this list, this, and this. Okay, so this is a way, you guys have seen this happen, I know you've seen it happen, where you subscribe to an email list, but then all of a sudden you feel like you've been joined to 25 email lists because you get so many emails. This is how they're doing it. This is exactly how they're doing it, okay? So you can do that too. Just don't subscribe them to too many. Tyree?
I've had that happen to, I know I have not subscribed to 1,000 lists, and
right.
I've been trying, I've been canceling, well, unsubscribing. Is there any way to, like, you can unsubscribe to all of them at once, or if there is, do we have that in our system to where if a person don't want to be on all those lists, they can just unsubscribe to all of them?
Yep, that's a really good question because that's the very next one.
Okay, thank you.
You are on point. But if I say they subscribe to this list, they're going to join to the email marketing, to Amazon coupon funnel, to email marketing 2, Amazon coupon funnel 2. Then I can say when they unsubscribe from this list, go ahead and unsubscribe them from this one, this one, this one, and this one. So we're setting it up so that if they subscribe to one, and then and it adds them to all the lists that we've put there, if they unsubscribe, we're being polite and actually unsubscribing them from all the other lists too. So it is really, really effective. Let me look at your eyeballs because there's another thing I want to talk to you about. When you do a double opt-out, which means they have to do 2 things to get out of your list. When they unsubscribe, you want to tell them, hey, for your convenience, we're going to unsubscribe you from all of our lists in the system. So just click here and you'll be officially unsubscribed to all of them. And then there's in that link, there's a confirmation link. Can't even talk today. There's a confirmation link that they click and it confirms. That's the second thing they do, is it confirms that they want to leave the list. And then we've set it up so that they also leave all the other lists that we had them on as well. Does that make sense? Good deal. Kanan.
I have one clarification on this issue. Suppose one person unsubscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Is it legal to add him to another listings? Is it legal?
I think once that you get there, let's say approve, and you want to make sure that you put in your terms that you may be added to other lists to create value and send you up. Yeah, so you need to have that in your terms for sure, so that if they do go look at the terms, they understand that they're not going to just be added to that list. They're going to be added to a couple lists. But we do have to make sure that if they unsubscribe, they're unsubscribed to all. Now, the GDPR stuff that is happening in Europe, y'all, it's craziness. So you want to make sure that you have that information on there, that you'll be added to additional lists to be able to send you offers and give you value, whatever. You should have all that in there so they understand that they're not going to be added to just one list, but many lists.
So technically, we had to make a privacy policy or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I think
that's the way you can handle it.
I think also that they need to also be aware that you shouldn't have like 10 or 20 different lists that you add that they get 3 and 4 and 5 emails from different lists on every day, because that's the quickest way to get someone to turn around and unsubscribe to all your lists.
You're absolutely right, Davida, and we've all been there. right? Where we signed up for a list and all of a sudden we're on 52 lists and you're like, how in the world? This is how they did it. So if you don't like the way they did that, then don't do it. Don't do it if you don't like it. And I don't like it. So there's not a single one of my lists that's set up where they sign on this list and they get into this list automatically. There's not a single one that's set up that way. Because for me, I don't want to put them on multiple lists. You guys may have something that you want to add them to a couple of lists extra because you think it's going to be of value to them and it fits the niche that you're in. That is totally up to you. But I want you to remember the things that you don't like that people do, then don't do them when you build a list or when you build a business. So just be thinking about that. It doesn't mean that what they're doing is wrong. What they're doing is frustrating, right? It's frustrating to me when I get added to 25 lists. So I don't add them to other lists. That's my decision. But this is a business and this is marketing, and sometimes it's cutthroat. And sometimes you have to do some things that maybe I would not like, Tyree might not like, David might not like, but it's a struggle sometimes to get out there and get marketing done. So if you have to add them to other lists, the world is not going to end. It's just that you've made a different decision than I did. That's all, right? You made a different decision. You're marketing a different way. All right. So I don't want to discourage you guys. Oh my gosh, I have to do it the way Shelly does it. You don't. You absolutely don't. You do what you want to do for your business. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So now we've set this up. So if they subscribe, they get added here. If they unsubscribe, they get taken off of here. So that's all the settings for that one. And then the next one after subscriber actions is company details. And I want everybody to really, really, really pay attention to this. Remember, this is on the subscriber list. This is what we're editing right now. And remember that we already put our default company information in when we set up Mailing Boss. So I already have the name, the industry, the country, the zone, address, city, state, zip. I have all that already in there in the default area. But I can change any of this for this subscriber list. So I can go in and change the name, the industry, the country, the zone, all of this I can change. Okay. And then here is what the tags look like when you set all this up. And what it does in the system is it takes all of these tags with this information that you put in, or the default, if you didn't put any new information in, it takes all that information and organizes it like this. And then it creates that tag that's called company information and puts it into your email. Okay, so it adds all these together and makes it one tag, and it puts it all into the email for you. So if you have 52,000 lists, all 52,000 lists could have different company names. Okay, that was a hard one for people to understand, I think, in the last training, is the default information is there. But if you want to change it, you have to go into the subscriber list and actually change the company information there. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? Okay, good. Yay. All right, let's go back and take a look again. All right, so we can change all that information. Once we change, we click Save Changes. And we've actually gone through and looked at everything in there. So everything has been edited and we're doing really good. So I'm going to go back to my list right here. And there's one more thing that I want to show you, and I will stop for the day. And that is on the fields. I like my fields in my opt-in form to be in a specific order. And if I click on fields right now, the order is email first and then first name. That kills me. I mean, the world's going to end if I don't fix this. So the way I want it is first name and then email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sort order. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to make email number 2. And then on this one on the sort order, I'm going to make F name or first name number 1. And then I'll click Save Changes. And what that's done is it's put the first name first and then the email. So when I create an opt-in form to be able to connect the opt-in form to Mailing Boss, it's going to look at the order of those fields and pull that order in, and it will be in the correct order. Okay, so that's a little bit of OCD on my part, obsessive compulsive, but I don't like it with the email first. I want the first name and then the email. So that's how we order it. Okay. So we've gone all the way through setting up a subscriber list and setting up emails. Tomorrow, I'm going to go faster through that so you can see the whole thing done without all the breaks in the training. And then we'll go through the second method, which is going to be the workflows. And then the third method, which is going to be the Canvas system. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Are you happy with what you learned today so far, Claude?
One quick question with what you just spoke about, the fields. You always tend to use only the first name in the email. Is it not good to add the last name, or is there a reason that you only use the first name most of the time?
I don't need the last name for anything. There's nothing I do that I need the last name. I only need the first name because I like to personalize my emails. So first name is for personalization, and then email because I need the email. If I was doing something where I needed the last name, I could definitely add that. Also, I can add any other field I want to in there. So if I want to capture their birthday, I want to capture their mother's birthday, I want to capture how many kids they have, I want to capture how many hairs they have on their head. Whatever I want to capture, I can put that in there. But the challenge in Mailing Boss is that if you create a bunch of fields, you're capturing a bunch of information. It's hard to look at it inside of Mailing Boss. So let's say that you wanted their shipping address. So you put all of those fields in there, right? You got address 1, address 2, state, city, zip. So that's five fields. To look at that in Mailing Boss is hard. You would have to actually export the information or zap it out or something like that to be able to get a good look at it, because it's just jumbled in Mailing Boss. It's very hard to look at multiple fields when you've got more than just the email and the first name. Hopefully with this CRM, it'll be a little better. Go ahead, Claude.
Yeah, that was my question. Go ahead, Davida. It was just the CRM.
Do you think with CRM they'll change that?
Yeah, you both had the same question. Yeah. I don't know for sure, Davida, because I've not looked at it. My hope is yes, because a good CRM allows you to break out that information and see information about your customer, so you can collect that information and then act on that information. That's exactly what a CRM is: customer relationship management software. So you're collecting information so that you're able to build a relationship with that customer, and maybe later on down the road, that information is very valuable to be able to keep that customer. So that's kind of the goal of a CRM. And I've heard what we're going to be able to do with some of the CRM, but I've not been able to test it yet. So as soon as I get to test it, you guys know me, I will shoot out a video and tell you what's going on and how it's working and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get that for 3.0. I'm really, really excited about it. Davida?
When is the magazine coming available?
End of the week.
Friday?
Yep. Hopefully Friday. That's what Eric said. Now I'm more cautionary than I exhibit more caution than Eric does. So if my programmers told me that it would be ready to release on Friday, I would actually multiply that times 3. And I would say, if it's going to be ready in a week, then Shelly says it's ready in 3 weeks. That way, when it's not ready in a week, you're not disappointed. And if it's done before 3 weeks, you're really, really happy. So everything Eric says, and y'all just do this. Just do this. If Eric says a week, it's going to be 3 weeks. If Eric says a month, it's going to be 3 months. That way, you're not like disappointed when it doesn't come out exactly when Eric said, but most of the time it comes out in the tripling of whatever he said. So it's so easy, you guys, to be really, really excited about something new coming out. You want it. This is software, and it is a lot of stuff to deal with. So that's my rule. That's the 3 week rule, and that's what I do when Eric gives us a date. Kanan?
I have a point on that. See, I was as of everyone, I was also very excited based on this magazine feature.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
But when the Eric's demonstration was going on, I just pinpoint on the URL, and I
got it.
URL, and I am able to access that right now.
Yep. We had a few people that did that, so that's okay.
As a beta version, I'm able to access right now.
Yep, that's good.
Even though it is not in build role, I can access the access magazine right now, and I'm able to work on that. I'm digging on that right now itself, so that when it starts, I can give my good training to my team.
Yeah, what he's doing, what he's saying is when he saw the demo, he saw the URL at the top of the page during the demo. And
when he was describing about that magazine, I see the URL like OMB 11, something like that.
Right. Yep.
I just made a screenshot, pinpointed it, and made it, and I'm able to access it.
Yep. Well, then use it to your heart's content, because hopefully it'll come
I'm
out.
able to access it right now, but it's out of build roll.
Yeah, it's great though, isn't it? Do you like it?
But because still I'm working on that. Even before launch, I am working on that.
It's great.
So that to make a good friendly.
You guys are going to love it. There's so many different uses, and once it's officially released, there's a lot that I can do to show you on what to do with that magazine editor.
So magazine, if it is released, then it is done. Forget everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Just forget everything. Just that's enough. Because that magazine process is very good for business promotion, and it is also very good for making about the each and every. Suppose if I am a business person, if I have some products or services I want to render, this magazine product, the feature, that is very good for me to introduce others what I am going to do.
Yep, and I don't have a boot camp set up for it yet, so I need to do a boot camp so we can dig into it once it's released. So yep, absolutely, you're right. Any other questions,
So
you guys?
Even though it is not launched, but seeing that URL from the Eric's screenshot, I'm just working on that.
Yep, good.
Still now I'm working on that.
Keep working, and that way when it's released, you'll be the expert.
Yeah, because I'm enthusiastic and I want to get it launched right now.
Yep, I totally agree. It's flipping awesome. That's what it is. Elmar, you got
yeah, I asked last time about when you create the magazine and you want to print it. You remember?
Yes.
Yes. Did you get any response from the coders?
I did. They're actually working on it. It's not implemented yet, but they're actually working on it. I sent them an example of what a document looks like when it's got the bleed on the sides, and the CKNY, is that it? CKNY? Yeah. I showed them exactly what that looks like, and they are actually working on it. They're really excited about that suggestion. So we will probably see that in one of the updates that it gets.
Yeah, because just to make that sure again, when you implement that, people who do local magazines, for example, like this radio station, this local one I have as a client, they want to print 10,000 units and then give it out for free. And they have several locations, restaurants, supermarkets, and so on, where they can put the magazines.
Right.
Now, on the magazine, there will be their QR code for using Builder.
Fabulous.
Yeah? And normally they would have to pay for the some process before it can be printed.
Right.
And without these edge corners and cutting corners and CMYK color numbers, it wouldn't be able to be printed. So there would be a huge cost to do that in addition, But if it's implemented, it would be typical Builder All, by the way, and it would be really, really great, 100%.
Awesome. Yep, I'm excited about it too, Elmar. Really, really excited, because it just ups Builder All's game for sure, and being able to monetize things.
Unlimited.
Yes, unlimited. Exactly. Can I put the link to the magazine if you want to grab that really quick?
That is magazine.com11.com/magazines.
Yeah, let me caution you though. Use it. Don't say I gave it to you. And but don't contact support about it, because they're not ready to support you on it. So if there's
let me explain. What I'm telling is that I'm not using that. I'm just digging on that.
Yeah.
I'm just experiencing that. Being familiar with that.
Absolutely. Click away.
I'm not going to promote that till it is launched.
Good.
But only in this video. To be familiar with that feature, just digging on that. I'm not asking any support.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly it, Kanan. You've got it. You've got that entrepreneurial spirit, and I absolutely love that. I love the fact that you're digging in there and trying to, click here, click there, get that figured out. And again, keep doing that, because then when it's released, you're the expert.
Yeah, when it is released, I will have a lot of questions.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So
I will come back with a lot of questions when it is launched.
Fabulous.
I'm just digging on.
Good.
Being familiar with that.
Awesome.
So that once it is launched, I'm able to give good coaching to my team.
Fabulous. I love it.
That's what I want. That's only what I want.
That's good.
I'm not going to ask any support on that beta version.
That's right.
I'm also techie and I know how the beta version works.
Awesome. Awesome. Tyree, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question. It's not related to magazine or the email training we had, but it's related to a video that I saw Eric do yesterday in Build All EN. He was using some type of system that he was doing a webinar through. I've seen him use that before, but what is that Socios what is that about? Is that a Build All product?
It is a side product that'll be coming out to the US really soon. They released it to Brazil people first, and they're still working on the platform. There's glitches that they're working out, but it's a really neat program where you jump in to be a part of socio-tasking, and then you hire people that are in that group to be able to do engagement on Facebook and YouTube. And engagement means like they go in and make a comment, they go in and do like, they subscribe, some kind of actions, some kind of task that you can give them to increase engagement on either Facebook or YouTube. I think Twitter's included, and there's maybe LinkedIn is included. There's like 4 platforms that you can hire people to do stuff for you. And of course, you hire them, so you pay out, and then they make money as they go and do these tasks. So it's a really neat idea. And it'll be coming to the US hopefully really, really soon. I don't think it's going to come before July the 4th, because I don't think they want to like burst Builderall's bubble. But probably right after the 4th, when we get everything kind of settled, then socio-tasking will come out, and you guys will all have a chance to be a part of that. And it's almost like MLM, but it's not MLM, because what you do is you join, and then you hire the 10 people that are above you, not below you, and you pay them, and then they do the task. And then you bring someone in below you, and they hire you and the people above you to be able to have you do the tasks. So it's a really neat concept, and I'm excited to see it. They did the launch for it. I think they said they did like 200,000 reals, which is about $50,000. So that it's definitely got some juice behind it. And they're, like I said, they're working out all the kinks so they can come out with it in the US. And I think it will probably launch after July 4th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Really, really excited, you guys. That's another one that is kind of right in a bubble right now. But I think when it busts out, it's going to be crazy good. Crazy, crazy good. Any other questions, you guys? Claude, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want to hold everybody up. I just have a quick question about, it's off topic too, about the affiliate program. My mentor, who's Marissa Romero, who I signed up under, right? She has a great page, and I'm just went and I clicked on sign up as a Builderall affiliate on her page, and so signing up for an affiliate program as an affiliate is free now, right? But I see her affiliate ID in the link, right? So if someone signs up as an affiliate under me or under her, right? Say I was new and I signed up under her and I bought Builderall, would she still get a commission?
She gets it because it's level 2, or she's an ambassador, so she gets commission all the way down no matter where it's at. When you sign up for free, the only time a commission is sent out is if they become a paid customer, or if they sign up people that are active paid members.
So it doesn't matter if they sign up as an affiliate, as long as they sign up as an affiliate through the link that I give them.
That's right. And when they sign up as an affiliate, they would already have a Builderall account, so they'll automatically become an affiliate under you.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. Kanan?
Yeah, just one clarification only. That is not related with email marketing or anything like that. One of my team member asked one clarification. That person is a digital marketer and he is ready to take a 29.90 plan, right? With that, if he is able to do affiliate marketing or not, that is the clarification.
He is. He can sign up for the $9.90 plan and then go through and sign up as a free affiliate. And so he can do the $9.90 plan and promoting Builderall at the same time.
technically, it is not mandatory to take 49.90 plan to affiliate builder, right?
Yeah, you don't have to take any plan. You can do it with no plan and still be.
Yeah, I know that I agree. But being a digital marketer or a self-establishment person, suppose if he's taking 29.90 plan.
Yeah, to me,
he want to promote his business, and in addition to that, he want to affiliate the builder.
Yeah, so he can choose that 990 plan and do his business and still be an affiliate, or he can, which is he won't get very much money, because
based on points, right? I got that.
Right, about the points. Yeah, the fastest way to get the points is for
I got that.
Good.
But still they can do that.
Yeah.
My clarification is that whether they can do affiliate or not.
They absolutely
can do. Yeah. They can do.
Yep. They
but
can.
There's one thing we might maybe mention. For example, if you would like to work in a car dealership as a salesperson, they would train you first about the car before you can start selling it.
That's right.
So they would give you all the knowledge about the advantages that you can maybe even show it to your clients. Now, if you have an affiliate who says, okay, I grab the 990 package, and then I sell email marketing, that's a little bit strange because they don't have access to it. Okay, so they cannot learn it themselves, they cannot make experience, and then it's very difficult to explain it and also to sell it. Therefore, everybody who works as an affiliate should have the experience using the business version, and therefore you need it, right?
Yeah, and I think that's a very valid thing to say, Elmar, for sure. When you're either on the 990 plan or even the 2990 plan, that you've got the limited account. So it's really actually hard to talk about all these advanced features that Builderall has when you can't even access them. So to me, there's a double benefit of going 4990, and that is your points are immediate, so you're automatically qualified to get recurring income, and you've got access to everything so that you can work with it and promote it and actually know what you're talking about. So to me, it's always better, and I always encourage my people to do the 4990. And I said, sell your child, sell your kitchen sink, whatever you need to do, but get that 4990 because that's going to be the better plan to be able to have all of the stuff that Builderall offers and be able to sell it as an affiliate or share it as an affiliate. So that's the way I approach it, just like Elmar said. But there are people out there, and y'all, I've been there. We had 4 children. We did not make a lot of money when I was young. And it was just, every single month was a struggle to get everything paid and keep our kids fed. I mean, the struggle was real. So if you'd have come to me and said, hey, I've got this program, it's only $10 a month, I'd have been like, well, I guess instead of eating this for dinner, we're going to have to eat this for dinner for a while because that didn't have the money to pay even $10 a month. So I understand that sentiment. But I'm older now and I understand how business works way better than when I was in my early 20s. So my understanding now is jump in. If you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. So get in there and get that best product platform, that all of the products, and you'll be well positioned to be able to sell Builderall or share Builderall. So that's kind of my take. But I do still understand those people that are kind of hesitant to jump in for the $50. I completely get it because I used to be there. Okay. All right. Any other questions, you guys? You guys are awesome. You did great.
Just a question, Shelly. Can I ask you a quick question then?
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I want to use a link to share to somebody to be just an affiliate, do I have to cookie this link?
What you do is get them signed up for the
because
get them signed up for the 7-day free trial. Get them signed up for the 7-day free trial. So that's the first thing you do, and then they're already yours. They're already in the system. So then you send them to that affiliate page, and they'll use their first name and their email, just like their email and their password, just exactly like they use to get into their dashboard. And when they do that, it automatically updates them to affiliate, and it's under you still.
So there's not a single affiliate.
So I don't need to use this. Excuse me. Sorry.
So there's not.
I was saying.
Excuse me. There is not an affiliate link I can send.
Excuse me. I'm speaking.
Yeah. Hold on, you guys. It is confusing. So let me explain exactly how to do it to make sure you understand. When you go to the affiliate,
I'm trying to explain myself.
Yeah. When you go to the affiliate page, it's affiliates.builderall.com, and it's affiliates with an S. So if you have someone that is not a current customer, they're not on the 7-day free trial, they're not a paid customer, they're not anything yet, they're not in the system. They go to that affiliate page and they can't do anything, right? The only thing they can do is click that little click here that's below the button, and they'll go into a page where they can fill in the information, become a new member, but it's going to be connected under Eric or Builderall, right? So the first thing you need to do is get them on the 7-day free trial. That's going to get them in the system. They don't have to put their credit card in. They don't have to do anything. They just sign up for the 7-day free trial. Then send them to the affiliate page where they can actually sign up, and they'll use the information they use to get their 7-day free trial. It's the same username and password. And what it does is, and sometimes they may not even have to fill that out, because if they're already logged in and they hit that page, it'll automatically update them to affiliate. So just tell them to watch the top of the page, and it will say something like, you successfully signed up to be an affiliate or something like that. And there's no fanfare, there's no fireworks going off. It's literally just as simple as that. So when they go back into their dashboard, they'll actually see that they have access to more things, which includes those funnels, the promotion funnels.
Okay.
Maybe it would make.
Hold on, let me get let me get Arlie, and then I'll get Elmar. No hurt feelings, you guys.
I was going yeah, sorry, but I was going through a sub process. Yeah, because the magic funnel doesn't work anymore. You cannot use to create a space, because you need a double opt-in. So this magic funnel is not working anymore. So the only way now to subscribe the customer in a way is just to use the 7-day free trial. There is no other way to make them sign and have directly an account.
Well, the magic funnel actually works. It still works. What doesn't work is when
it's a double opt-in, because you have to have this double opt-in now.
Yeah.
So it's not creating the space.
Remember when you set up the magic funnel, that you're not actually connecting it to the billing boss until after they sign up, and it goes as a lead, and then from leads, it goes into mailing boss. So the magic funnel actually still works. It's the mailing boss list where they have to confirm that they're on your mailing boss list, but they'll be automatically confirmed and ready to go in Builderall as a user.
Okay, that's clear.
Okay. Yeah, the magic funnel still works.
Yeah, regarding regarding magic funnel.
Hold on. Let me get to Elmar, because Elmar wanted to say something as well. Okay.
Thank you. The link we have in our dashboard, the affiliate sharing link, which is the Builderall homepage. When I give that to somebody, then in the URL there's automatically my affiliate number. So when he scrolls down and decides not to buy any of those packages, but decides on the top of the page for the affiliate button, and then clicks and then registers, is he then an affiliate of mine or not?
No, he still has to register for an account. When you talk about that number, that's just like a cookie, right? So it just drops on their computer and says, hey, John's been here under Elmar's link. So if he goes to sign up to Builderall and goes back to that sign up page, it'll read the cookie that he was there under you, so you're going to get credit for that lead. That's all that does. Yeah, it's just about getting credit for the lead.
Isn't there a chance to maybe add an affiliate link into our dashboard, or doesn't it make sense because it's just a question of 2 months or something like that now?
I think it's just a question of 2 months now, because we're going to get that brand new compensation plan, and then we'll have to revisit all this. So everything that you learned today and any other day, since we've been talking about this, it's all going to change on the 4th. And at this point, I have no idea exactly how it's going to change. They're still meeting and working on it and all that kind of stuff. So right now, temporarily, the way you do it is 7-day free trial, and then send them the affiliates page. And I actually went, I think, one step different. I did. Let me share my screen. And I did, let me see here. I did shellyturner.com/Team Awesome, maybe. Let me look at that one. Nope. I did a link that went straight to that sign up form. So let me go to that. Hold on. Builder. What are they? Affiliates. Hold on, I can't spell you guys. Okay, affiliates.builderall.com. So when you go here and you get to this place right here, you can't click the button. It just says, you know, contact somebody. So the button's not clickable. So right here, hold on, you guys. So right here is where you right click, and I'm going to go to, well, I was going to go to open in a new page, but we'll try it here. This is going to open because I have my
command click on this link, or STRG click on this link.
Yeah, I'm going to go incognito so it doesn't see me as logged into Builderall. And I want to show you what happens. So when you go to this page and you tell somebody sign up for the free 7-day free trial, and then go to this page and sign up as an affiliate. So if they're already logged into Builderall, this will go and update them immediately. But if you're not logged into Builderall, you'll get this page right here. And I want you to notice that this is the address for it, right? See that address? And there's some code in there. So you do have the ability, if you know how to do those, the coding, the little tags at the end, you do have the ability to take this link and add your affiliate ID. I'm not going to do any training on that because it's not like super advanced, but it's a little advanced. But you can put your affiliate ID in there and then get credit for them. So actually, for me, I have a link that's shellyturner.com/ and I have something at the end of it. I can't remember what it was. That sends them straight to this page to get them to upgrade. And like I said, if they're logged into Builderall already, it'll automatically go and update. Let me show you what I mean. For this page, I'm in this screen. I'm logged into Builderall. So pretend like I'm a new person. I did the 7-day free trial. Now I'm going to sign up as an affiliate. So I click here, and it reads that I'm already in Builderall. I'm already signed in. And if you'll notice right up here, it says affiliate success enabled. So it'll tell me, congratulations, you're now an affiliate. So that is kind of the way you do it, is you have them sign up for the 7-day free trial. And then right after that, and hopefully they've gone to their dashboard. And then right after that, you have them do that affiliates.builderall.com. And when they click there and go straight, they're already logged into Builderall. So it will actually upgrade them automatically. If they're not already logged in, for some reason they logged out or they're on a different system, they can just use the same username and password they use for Builderall, and it will automatically update them to an affiliate. Okay, did that help? He's like, I'm tired.
I think many people have no idea about that, and then they will lose probably contacts. I mean, I'm really happy that we got to this theme, and I think it was thanks to Aurelia. She asked that first, and without this
information, because this is a question I can see, recurring question. People think that they need to have this link, but I said if you have already an account, you don't need this link. So I was confused about why people use this affiliates link for what, because finally, if you're already a business owner and you're already having the links, you already have them. So I was not clear about that.
Yep,
so that's
and I haven't seen like a clear indication when you log in after you do that you are an affiliate. So I need to, it's still really new, you guys, so we're still dealing with it. But I do need to ask the programmers, is there any kind of indication you can put on the dashboard that says, hey, you're an affiliate?
And maybe there could be put a welcome video. You know, when you go to your dashboard, you always see the actual messages or news or anything important, you know. Maybe instead of adding such personal affiliate link in addition to the one we already have in our dashboard, maybe there could be a small video how to get an affiliate or how not to lose people by just sending them to this site, and they sign up as an affiliate, but they are yours, and then they sell the first business, but it's under the company and not under you anymore. And that is a risk people don't know about.
Yeah, it is a risk. Gabriel, what you got?
I just want to emphasize, drive the point deeper on the same topic we're talking about, because it should be a very, excuse me, it should be a very simple way to, if you want to sign up as an affiliate, just copy the link. Here's your link, sign up. You know, if it is sign up under somebody else already, it's done. So, hey, you know, but other than that, it should just be, here's a, now we got too many things. I'm already confused. I got a headache. I don't like 5 minutes. Well, go over here, sign up $7. If they get this, don't do this. Oh my God, I don't know.
The rules keep changing, Gabriel, and I'm with you on that. My little brain sometimes is like spaghetti in there, trying to figure out what's the new thing that we're doing today and how do we do it. And it really did take me a minute to figure out how to do it.
I understand, because I've done so many times that I sign up for as an affiliate. So it's not like, you know, this is not like new, you know, but it's too many things. Free, $9.95, then click over here, go over here. If they're logged in with the same password, go back, send them the link, make sure they're, I was like, wait a minute.
So what would you say if I made a magic funnel and set them up as a new account, and then when you go to the thank you page, instead of sending them to the thank you page, send them to the affiliates.builderall.com. So
very good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I should make a magic funnel to do that and release it.
Yeah, just make a, if I'm talking with someone and it's like, hey, you want to sign up? Here's the link. Just very simple. Go into your back office, copy, paste it, send it to the guy. If he's already signed up with somebody else, he sign up. You know, nothing I can do about it. You know, he forgot he signed up. Not his fault, not my fault. It's over. But if not, he clicks on it, signs up. Doesn't matter if he's logged in, not logged in. Boom, he signed up, he's done. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to tell him, hey, go back in, sign up with the same password, do this, do. I don't know.
Well, and I'll figure out a way to do that automatically. So let me pick my own brain on that, because my noodles are moving, right? My spaghetti's moving. So I believe I can create a funnel that is a magic funnel. So it gets them in on the 7-day free trial. But then instead of sending them to the thank you page, they're already signed up for Builderall. So send them to that same link that I said. Once they're signed up, it'll automatically upgrade them, and it will sign them in and upgrade them. So that's my concept. Let me see if I can put it together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess it's just no matter where in the process you are, you know, you should be able to log into your Builderall account business. Of course, you have to be an affiliate. You have to be at the right particular level. So forget about $9.95 free and all that stuff. You're over here, copy the link, send it to the dude, sign up, done. Simple.
Awesome. Let me see what I can do, Gabriel. I think I can put a funnel together that will do that automatically.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Kelly. I mean, Builderall is so awesome, and I know they can do this better than I can even explain it, you know. So
I think right now, the issue is that they're all stretched, because we're doing so many things that we're just stretched in. And to stop a minute and say, oh, this is clicking too many places to be able to keep this person engaged and keep them staying in Builderall, they just don't really have the time to do that. So I think that I will actually take that challenge on and see if I can do a magic funnel, then send them directly into so they upgrade to affiliate as they're getting access to their dashboard. So give me a couple days and I'll see if I can spit something out. And then
I'm not sure if I quite understand this, or if the person already signed up as let's say I sign them up as a free person. That person, as they upgrade to $9.95, for $29, $49, whatever, it's already under me. It's signed up. So whenever they decide to sign up as an affiliate, I shouldn't have to resend them another link. They're already into their back office. All they got to do is just upgrade or click a button, become an affiliate, and they should be already done. I guess that's.
Yeah, that would be the ideal situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be, because it's automatic. You know, you're already free. I already signed you up as free. You're connected to me, right? And now I don't know if you're gonna do it tomorrow. I mean, obviously, if you don't drop out of the free, you know, so you should upgrade. It should be as you go, you know.
Yeah, well, I would like to see it where it says upgrade, that button that says upgrade. Maybe another button beside it that says become an affiliate. And then boom, you're an affiliate.
You don't, I don't have to get them confused. I don't get confused and they don't get confused. It's so streamlined, it's so easy, so smooth, it's like silk.
Yeah, I agree. I'll get that to the developers and we'll
Thank you. Appreciate it,
happen. Before I answer any more questions, you guys, I'm going to stop the live because I know that this is already going on 2.5 hours. So let me stop